Okay, good morning, everybody. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Good morning, sir.
So,
Morning, sir.
can we start now? So it is chapter 6:38, and I hope you can turn on your video, yeah, because the Zoom meeting class, not only meeting class, everyone must turn on the video. Okay, before today we are talking about the sexual harassment in the workplace. So I think all of you have visited the Google Classroom, and in the Google Classroom you have read the instructions. Yeah, so there are 2 articles and 1 video. And you must review the article. Yeah, it's been in shorts something about sexual harassment in the workplace. Right? So what is sexual harassment? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, before we start our lecture, so as usual, you must give opening comment and then the closing comment after the ends. So the comment, the opening and closing comment indicate that you have attended this class. Yeah. So, sometimes the student disappear in the mid during the class, so I used to opening the comment, opening comment and closing comments. Right. So the opening comments, yeah, in the opening comment you must say greeting, your condition, and then why you attend the Zoom meeting, and the closing comment you must say the benefit and yeah, something you have got from today's topic. Okay. Yeah, please from Adelia Putiadiko, please.
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. My name is Adria Putriko, and I joined the class today to discuss together, and my group will have a presentation today. Last, I would like to answer the question given. The reason why sexual harassment in the workplace is important to study and know, because it is useful for us in the future in the work environment to avoid unwanted negative things. Thank you.
Okay, good. Adi Pangestu.
Yes, sir. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, I can hear your voice.
Good morning, everyone, and good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So the reason I joined class today because I want to know more about the sexual harassment that can be happen in workplace, and I hope we can enjoy today's lecture. Thank you.
Okay. Agi Mayara, Svila.
Hello, sir. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, I can hear your voice. Yes.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
The reason why I joined this class because today me and my member of group will presentation today, and the reason why sexual harassment in the workplace is important to study because the information from this material has a benefit for the future of workplace that we get and how we can protect ourselves from sexual harassment at workplace and not become a victim. Thank you.
Okay, good. Andrian Yuando, please.
Yes, sir. Can you hear my voice, sir?
Yes, I can hear your voice very well.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Today, the reason I joined class because I want to learn more about HRM in the sexual harassment in the workplace, and the reason why sexual harassment in the workplace is important to study and to know is because to prevent unwanted sexual harassment in the workplace. And today I joined the class, will present it, and good luck for the other presenter. Thank you.
Okay. Arsah Wayuni.
Yes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
And all friends, nice to meet you all again today. And I hope today we can get more knowledge and stay focused for today's material, because today's material really important to learn and understand, because we by studying this material we can prevent someone from doing things that are indecent to us or others. Thank you.
Okay. Arya Raditya. Halo Arya. Carlos. Okay. Catherine. Giovanni.
Good morning, Saradi, and
Good
good morning.
morning.
My name is Ketiga. Today I joined this class to discuss more about sexual harassment. So sexual harassment is again the law and also again the company policy. So it is important to study and know about sexual harassment in the workplace. From that, we can identify the form of sexual harassment and to protect ourselves and others from sexual harassment in the workplace. Thank you.
Okay. Cek Rania. Cek Rania. Okay. Cristobal.
Hello, sir,
Hello.
and hello, friends. I am Cristobal Tanilapino. I am joined here for learn about sexual harassment is not always sexual. Good company must have an equality policy between women and men. So, thank you, sir, and thank you all.
Okay. Welcome. Yes, Eka Sanjaya.
Hello, sir. Hello, friends. Good morning.
Good morning.
So the reason why I joined the class today is because I want to hear about the presentations and the discussions about the sexual harassment in the workplace, because in the status quo right now, there are so many sexual harassment cases. So we must always be preventive, and we have to learn on how to protect ourselves in the workplace. Thank you.
Okay, good. Dewi Winarni.
Yes, sir. I joined the class today. Good morning, sir. Before the reason I joined this class today because I want to know more about HRM and continue see my friend presentation from group 5, 6, and 7. Good luck for the presentation today. Thank you.
Okay. Delviana.
Good morning, everyone. So today I attend this class because I want to learn more about sexual harassment, and I think it's really important for us to learn about sexual harassment in the workplace, so we can protect ourselves and others from the thing that may happen in the future. Thank you.
Welcome. Elisa Febrianti.
Today I joined this class because me and my friends have a group presentation about code of sexual harassment. Thank you.
Okay. Miss Fanny Deswita Anggraini. Fanny Deswita. Okay. Franciscus. Okay. Evani.
Okay, I'm sorry because I cannot open my camera. It's have an error. So my name is Irfani. Good morning, everyone. So today I would like to learn about the today's topic is about the. Oh, wait, sorry. Today's topic is about. How do I forget the the ethics in what the wait, sorry. I for wait. Actually, I already watched the video. It's all about the problem. It's about the sex problems, sex assault that we must to prevent in while we working. So as an HR, we should prevent this problem because we must maintain our talent or our employees to prevent this problem. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, good. Jennifer. Jennifer. Julia Goyofi, please.
Good morning, sir, and my friends. So the reason why I joined this class because I want to see my friend's presentation and I want to discuss about sexual harassment in the workplace. Thank you.
Okay, Muhammad Taraji. Nikomang Amanda. Kartika Putri. No.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I'm
please.
doing the class today because my group will be presentation about sexual harassment. The reason sexual harassment is very important to study and now because we especially women must understand the forms of harassment in the workplace, how to prevent it, how to deal with it, the laws regarding sexual harassment. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Dita Dusafitri.
Good morning, sir. Can you hear my voice?
Morning. Yes, I can hear your voice.
So I joined this class today because I want to learn more about HRM and learn today topic that is about sexual harassment in the workplace. So this topic is very useful and interesting to learn. So I hope all of you can enjoy it and get to know it. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Normalia Sari.
Good morning, everyone. Today I joined this class because I want to hear today material about sexual harassment. Good luck for the group who presented.
Okay, Nur Prastista. Nur Prastista Anda Ditya. No. Octavia.
Good morning, sir, everyone.
Good morning.
So today, the reason why we must learn about sexual harassment because it is important to help prevent the sexual harassment happen, and when someone, especially women, meet or suffer that accident, they know what to do. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Putri Herbadia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The reason why I joined this class because I want to see my friend's presentation and learn about today's topic is about sexual harassment in workplace and why sexual harassment is important to know since it is important to employee to increase awareness and prevent sexual harassment cases. Thank you.
Okay, Yudi Penawati.
So today I'm doing this class because I want to know more about human resource management and I want to know about I forget sir, I'm sorry. So because I'm doing this class because I want to get a new knowledge. Thank you.
Okay, please. Nevilia Teresia.
So good morning, everyone. My name
Good
is
morning.
Teresa, and the reason why I'm going to this class is because I want to learn more about sexual harassment in the workplace, and I want to hear my friend's presentation about it. So sexual harassment is a despicable act wherever or under any circumstances it is done. This is most common in place where a group exists, for example, in a company or workplace. Therefore, sexual harassment needs to be studied and known so that it can be handled properly so that it doesn't become the worst case for the victim. Thank you.
Okay, good. Ria Sandora.
Good morning, sir, and
Good
good morning,
morning.
everyone. So my name is Dea Tandara, and the reason why I joined this class today is because I want to discuss with my friends regarding sexual harassment. Since we know that sexual harassment has been a crucial and important uh, in these days, and there are so many sexual harassment cases that occur in a year. So I think it's an important material for today's class. Thank you.
Okay. Social Bila, Deva. Okay. Sabrina Felia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Today I joined this class because I want to discuss all of my friends about the article and the video about sexual harassment in the workplace. And good luck for the presentation today. Thank you.
Sharon.
Good morning, everyone. I joined this class today because I want to having my group presentation and want to learn more about sexual harassment in the workplace because it is very important to learn. We can protect ourselves and avoid the things that is negative in the future. Thank you.
Okay, good. Sylvia Diwaridi.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Sylvia Dwi Arindi. I joined this class because I want to discuss the topic today about the sexual harassment. And in my opinion, sexual harassment in the workplace is a serious problem. So it is important to learn about sexual harassment in the workplace to know what we can do if we see or face this problem at our workplace, and also to be more aware of this. Thank you.
Okay, Steffi Lorenzia.
Good morning, everyone, and good morning,
morning.
Sir Adi.
Good
The reason
morning.
why I joined this class is because this morning we will discuss about sexual harassment in the workplace together. And it is important to study and know sexual harassment in the workplace because, of course, it is illegal against state law and against company policy. Sexual harassment is a criminal act. Therefore, we must learn and understand it well so that we can protect ourselves from sexual harassment and we can fight it together. Thank you and good luck for the presenter today.
Okay, good. Sarip Nabil. Sarip Nabil Alkuhut Asegap. So the student is there for India, student in. Tasha Rabiatul Alfiah.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone, and
Good
good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is Tasha Rabi Atopia. So, why I joined class today because I will to learn about sexual harassment in the workplace. Why this is so important, and we must to know and study because if we study and now we can prevent this in our environment. Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome. Ifini.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Nice to see you again. Why it is important to learn sexual harassment in the workplace is because it is still becoming a big issue. And by learning it, we can prevent it to happen in the future and know the enormous impact it will bring to all parties. Thank you.
Okay. Vanessa Yen.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
The
morning.
reason I joined this class because I want to learn about sexual harassment and the discussion today. Sexual harassment is very important to know because so that employees can work with the sense of security and work well and prevent and protect the employee from the sexual harassment. Thank you.
Okay. Wahyu Adita.
Okay, good morning.
Good
Today
morning.
I'm presenting about the article number 2, which frequently asks question about sexual harassment. So it's a major concern from people about sexual harassment. Thank you.
Okay. Rida. Rida. Okay, who has not given the opening comment?
I'm not
Please.
yet, sir.
Okay, please. Vila Shola Gracia, please.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Ratna Gracia. I hope today's discussion can give us a new insight about sexual harassment so that we can protect ourselves in the future and to prevent the emergence of negative consequences of sexual harassment in individuals. So sexual harassment can have devastating effects on the individuals involved and on the workplace, which can affect their physical, mental health, and career trajectories. That is why it is important for us to know and learn about this matter so that it can be prevented. Thank you.
Okay. And anyone who has some different of the comment?
Yes, sir, me, sir.
Okay, please.
All right. Good morning, sir. The reason I joined this morning class is because I want to listen and discuss two presentations from my friends about the topic sexual harassment in the workplace and get new insight from the topic given. Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome. Okay, so sexual harassment is very important to know. So sometimes everyone likes to do sexual harassment because they are not aware of this, right? Example, so when you are together with your friend in the classroom and your boyfriend tap your shoulder, do you like to be tapped by your friend, do you as a girl, do you like to be tapped by your boyfriend, example? So if you don't like it, it is a kind of sexual harassment, right? And sometimes the example, you put the picture of your girls, the picture of the girls in your wallet, right? And you put on the wall, and then you every day you put on your table. Every day you see her face. Do you like your picture seen by the worker, example, by other people? Do you like? If you don't like, it's a kind of sexual harassment, right? Yeah. So it's often happen in the workplace, right? When you work together in the future, you work together between the male worker and the female workers, right? Yeah. So I think every female worker doesn't like to be tapped, doesn't like to be doesn't like the picture seen by the male workers, right? And to be and so by the people. Yeah. So today we are going to discuss about the sexual harassment on the workplace and how does the sexual harassment on the workplace influence the performance? Yeah. The workers' performance. So each group must review, it must give opinion, and then after that you can give question to the parent and discuss. And the other student also can ask question, discuss, and the audience can answer together. Okay, which group will present first? Group 5, really? Is it group 5, 6, 7, and 8? Yeah, is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, group 5, please. Will you speak or with the representation? It's up to you. You can speak. You can speak without PowerPoint, or you can do it with your PowerPoint. Everyone, it's up to you. Please, group 5 first. I give you only 15 minutes or 10 minutes to do to give your opinion about this.
Alright, sir. Wait a minute, sir. We still wait for my friend.
Oh. Will you present with your PowerPoint or without?
With PowerPoint, sir.
Oh, with PowerPoint. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, please.
So everyone can see my screen, right? My PowerPoint. All right, good morning, everyone. We are from group 5, and my name is Adelia Putri Adiko, and there are my friend Fanny Deswita, and then Sharon. Okay, let's start with the first slide, sexual harassment. In the given article, it says about sexual harassment at the workplace, which is that's a form of sex discrimination, which negatively affect of the working environment, undermines gender equality of work, and that it is create unfair practice in the employment and adversely impact the dignity and well-being workers, that impact psychology, anxiety, and stress for victim, and if ignored, it can result in high costs for companies through loss of productivity, low worker morale, and staff turnover. And then in order to implement the law against sexual harassment, the Industrial Relations Committee have developed the codes of conduct on sexual harassment in the workplace, referred to as code. These codes aim to help employers such as agency, organization, and company, and workers to develop their own policy and regulation for preventing and addressing sexual harassment and promote healthy, safe, and productive at the workplace. Next will be explained by Sharon.
Sexual harassment at the workplace. All employees from management to entry level of hourly workers should be aware of what constitutes workplace harassment and should prevent or disclose such activities if they occur. Sexual harassment is a type of harassment involving the use of explicit or implicit sexual overtones, including the unwelcome and inappropriate promise of rewards in exchange for sexual favors. Next. In a big concept, sexual harassment is any uninvited remarks, actions, or actions about sex, gender, or sexual orientation constitute sexual harassment in the workplace, which is type of discriminations. Next. Despite that fact that it is the most commonly identified form of discrimination, harassment in the workplace and in recruiting is not limited to sexual harassment. Other acts including faith, ethnicity, age, gender, or skin color, for example, may be deemed harassment if they obstruct an employee's ability to succeed or create a hostile work atmosphere. Next. However, in order to file a valid lawsuit, you must be able to show that the employer attempted to remedy the harassing conduct. And the second is the harassing employee failed to cease and desist. Next will be present by Adele.
This kind of sexual harassment spread into three: physical, verbal, and non-verbal. Physical form of sexual harassment such as any unwanted contact, ranging from intentional touching, caressing, pinching, hugging, or kissing to a sexual assault or rape. And then for verbal form of sexual harassment include social and culturally inappropriate and unwelcome comment with sexual overtones, such as suggestive jokes or comment
of a person dress or a body, but they're present or directed toward them. They also include persistent proposal and unwelcome request or persistent personal invitation to go out. And then last, nonverbal forms of sexual harassment include unwelcome gestures, suggestive body language, indecent exposure, repeat winks and gesture with finger. It also included the unwelcome display of pornographic materials, sexual explicit picture and object, notes, or SMS message. Because there are so many sexual harassment in workplace and work environment, there so usually the company or organization have a penalty and compensation for this case. And then the company policy on sexual harassment should clearly indicate disciplinary action to expected in the case of non-complete complaisance. Depending of the case, consequences can range from apology to victim or discipline warning toward who did the sexual harassment. Alright, that's all from our group. And then next, we will discuss about the video that given. In the given video, it describes the occur of sexual harassment in the work environment. It can be seen that the employee who is the victim in the video is so uncomfortable with what other employees are doing with. This is become a serious problem if the company ignores it. There is a need of sanction or compensation or penalty for employee who engage in sexual harassment so that it does not happen again, so that the work environment becomes comfortable. All right, that's all from our group. Is there any question? So we can discuss it together.
Or you can ask your friend, Adelia.
All right, sir. So we already give the question for all of you in the chat section. Number one is what is the definition of sexual harassment? Anyone to answer this question?
Hello, Adele.
Hello, Ria.
So I want to try to answer the first question. What is the definition of sexual harassment? So in my opinion, sexual harassment can be defined as any behavior of a sexual nature that affects the dignity of women and men, which is considered as unwanted, unacceptable, inappropriate, and offensive to the recipient, and that creates an intimidating, hostile, unstable, and offensive work environment. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ria. That was correct. And then next question. Okay. Number 2 is, what is the example of sexual harassment in the workplace of physical form, verbal form, and non-verbal form? Anyone to answer the question?
Adelia,
Yes, please.
I would like to answer the number 2.
Right.
Okay, so for the first one, physical forms of sexual harassment is such as any unwanted contact, ranging from unintentionally touching, caressing, pinching, hugging, or kissing to sexual assault or rape. And then the second one is verbal forms of sexual harassment include socially and culturally inappropriate and unwelcome comment with sexual overtones such as sexually suggestive jokes or comments about a person's dress or body made in their presence or directed towards them. The last one is nonverbal forms of sexual harassment include unwelcome gesture, suggestive body language, indecent exposure, lascivious looks, repeated winks, and gesture with fingers. It also includes the unwelcome display of pornographic material, sexual explicit picture and objects, screensavers or poster, as well as sexually explicit emails, notes, or SMS messages. Thank you.
All right, thank you for the answer. And the last one is, number 3 is, what is the purpose of quote aims in sexual harassment? Anyone to answer the question?
May I try to answer the third question?
Yes, please, Vanessa.
Yeah, my name is Vanessa. Yeah. I think this code aims to help the employers like the organization, company, and the agencies and the workers to develop their own policy or regulation. Or maybe they can integrate their new, uh, maybe they can integrate this content with their existing policies. And also for preventing and addressing the sexual harassment and also promote the healthy, safe, and productive workplace. Okay.
All right, Vanessa, thank you for answering the question.
Okay, so next, is there any question from all of you?
Hello, can I ask this question?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a question. My question is, what are the policies they should include in the following key elements? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. And we are going to answer it. Is there any question more?
Anyone want to ask?
Hi, may I ask a question?
Yes,
Celia.
Okay, so my name is Sabina Kuliah and I want to ask a question. Usually in companies, holding a regular training sessions in order to avoid such as sexual harassment. According to Group 5, is this program very important? Can you explain? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. And we are going to answer it and we will back again later.
Hah? Udah?
All right. Thank you, thank you, Okta and Felia, for the question, and Fanny Deswita will answer the question. Fanny, please.
Oh, hi. Wait. So I'm going to answer for the question. So it's a prohibition of sexual harassment in the workplace. A clear definition of sexual harassment, a clear and easy to understand complaints or grievance burdens, disciplinary rules against the harasser against anyone who makes a false accusation, and protective remedial measures to the victim. And for next question, so yeah, it is very important because regular training session and on sexual harassment should be conducted by all staff members, including managers, supervisor, and the work also. So the purpose of this training is to raise awareness of constitutes of sexual harassment and to provide details of the company's sexual harassment policies, and the last for provide updates on any change which may have been made to it. Thank you.
Okay, so the answer that we give, is it clear for Sabrina, Felia, and then Octavia? All right. I think that's all from our presentation. Thank you for paying attention. And then thank you.
Okay, next group, proceed please. Will lead the discussion of proceed. Want to speak to review the article? So as has been explained by group 5, so there are 3 types of sexual harassment: verbal, non-verbal, and physical. So right, physical form. Yeah. So like we can see and the reality nowadays that sometimes boys and girls or male workers and members like to hug. Right? Do you know hug? Hugging, right? Yeah, hugging, right? And from the back, yeah, it's also a kind of harassment. I think every woman is not like to be hugged by the boys, right? It's not welcome. It's an unwelcome action, right? Or conduct this kind of sexual harassment. I'm very sure every woman don't like to be hugged. Yeah. Do you like to be hugged by the men in the workplace? Even though it is your friend, it's your close friend. Do you like to be hugged? Also be kissed? No, is that? Yeah, it is a kind of sexual harassment. So sometimes, yeah, and I'm also surprised to see men and women hug, yeah, each other, right? Kiss each other, right? But it's a kind of sexual harassment because something that is unwelcome is sexual harassment, right? Whether in the workplace or in other place, right? Yeah, whether in the workplace or in other place, yeah. And the kind is like the way the women wear the clothes, right? Yeah, the way the woman wear the clothes is also kind. I think every man likes to see the woman wear tight clothes, right? But do you like? Is it an unwelcome action for the woman to wear bad clothes or unwelcome clothes in the workplace? So tight clothes, yeah. So in this case, the company must have the rule for the workers, especially female workers, how to wear the clothes, right, in the workplace, right? So it doesn't invite crime in the workplace, as sexual harassment in the workplace. Yeah, it's also like that. Photo, the way you send the message. Yeah. Do you like to be called sayang, or do you, when someone sends you a message, especially for the woman, do you like to be said something sayang, hello dear? Do you welcome, especially for the woman? Do you welcome if the boy say something hello sayang, hello dear to you? Do you like to be said like that? Do you welcome? For the woman, please. You must answer honestly.
No, sir.
Yeah. So if oh, hello sayang, how are you? Hello
Yes.
dear. Do you like it to be greeted like that?
No, sir.
No. So if it
No,
is
sir.
not, so if it is no, it is a kind of sexual harassment, not only in the workplace but in the public area. Yeah, it's also a sexual harassment. So when we talk about sexual harassment, it's not only sexual intercourse, right? Yeah, yeah, not only sexual intercourse, but many of form of sexual harassment happening in our lives, right? Yeah. So when you drive example, your boyfriend drive a car, and you sit beside your boyfriend, right? And sometimes your boyfriend while driving the car touch you. Do you like to be touched by your boyfriend? Even though it's your boyfriend, do you like it? Do you like to be touched by your boyfriend? The woman, please answer, not the man. The man is like it very much, right? No problem. But for the woman, do you like it? Do you like it to be touched by your own boyfriend in the car? So while your boyfriend is driving a car and you sit beside him, and the left hand, the boy's left hand touch you, rub your hair maybe, rub your shoulders, right? Yep, rub your body. Do you like it? Do you welcome it? Answer, the woman. Answer this question.
No, sir.
No.
No,
So
sir.
no. So if no, if it is unwelcome, it's also called sexual harassment. But have you ever seen, yeah, the couple of male and female do like this in the public area? You ride a motorcycle, so right? Your boyfriend rides you. You sit at the back of your boyfriend and you hug your boyfriend. The boyfriend is welcome? It's because the boyfriend likes it very much because it is hugged by a woman, so right? And is it a welcome action if you hug your boyfriend? So you be hug me, because your boyfriend asks you to do that. Do you like it? Do you welcome this action? If it is not welcome, it means that it is also sexual harassment, right? And do your parent like to see you as a woman, as her their daughter, hugged by your boyfriend? Do your parents like it? If your parents don't like it means that it is a kind of sexual harassment, like that. Yeah. It's also happened in the workplace, right? Yeah, it happens. It often happens. Yeah, in generally between the managers and the secretaries, right? Yeah, okay, secretary and the manager. Yes, it's often happen. The sexual harassment often happens, right? So the manager, yeah, so they like to put his eye at the woman, right? Say something, hello sayang, can we eat together? It's also a kind of sexual harassment in the workplace, right? So if the woman likes to meet the manager's one, so maybe her compensation will be added there. Yeah. So the manager will promote her to the high position because of this, right? Yeah. And sometimes the manager find the secretary, the female secretary, right? Yeah. So we must be careful, yeah. We must be careful, so that the lecturers and the student, okay, yeah, sexual harassment can happen in the class between lecturers and students, so that when the lecturer taps the female student, do you like to be tapped by your lecturer? The woman, the female student, answer honestly. So do you like to be tapped by your lecturer? So the lecturer tap your folder. Oh, good. You're very good. Your assignment is good, said the lecturer to you. Said, do you like to be tapped by your lecturer? The woman answer, please. Don't decide to answer. Do you like it? Do you like to be tapped by your lecturer? Is it a welcome conduct? Then by the lecturer, tapping your folder? Answer, please. Answer. Answer? Why? Please answer. The girl student. The girl student answer this question. The boy student like it. Yeah. The male lecturers like it. So right? Yeah, it's also a kind of sexual harassment. Yeah. It means the lecturer has done sexual harassment because I'm very sure the girl student, the female student don't like to be tapped by the male lecturer, right? Even though it is your lecture, right? And very sure, right? And the way the lecturer look at you is also a kind of sexual harassment, yeah. Yeah, you can look at the eyes and the way the lecturer look at you. It can be also a kind of sexual harassment. Yeah, so we must be careful, right? We must be careful in the workplace or everywhere. So that not only the workplace, everywhere. Yeah. Sometimes when you have sometimes it always happen on the couple of boy and girls. Yeah. When you have boyfriend and the girl have boyfriend and the boy has girlfriend. Yeah. Yeah, so you eating together, so that while eating together, the boy rubs your hair. It's a kind of sexual harassment. Yes, when we talk about sexual, it's not only sexual intercourse, right? It's the worst thing. So the sexual intercourse is the worst thing of the sexual harassment. So the top problem, so that. But yeah, so when you are eating together in restaurants, and then the boy always look at you. Yeah, the way the boy look at you, it's not good. It's not welcome. It is also a kind of sexual harassment. Yeah. They must be careful, so that. Yeah, the Islam religion teaches this. Yeah, how to make a communication with the the other people, yeah, especially boy and man, so right? Yeah, so it's the limit of the first month, yeah. So we can make a war at our own patience, so that, yeah, the way, yeah, like in the Zoom area, in the Zoom class, sexual harassment can also happen, so that, yeah, in the Zoom area. So you have WhatsApp, yeah, you have WhatsApp, and you put your photo, your unwelcome picture, yeah. And when the people open your WhatsApp and look at the picture, wow, the man like it. What about the woman? You like it? What about your parent? Do they like it? If they don't like it, it means that the sexual harassment. So yeah, so you must be careful to put your picture on the profile. of WhatsApp or Facebook, so right? Yeah, it's also kind of, so when you put the unwelcome picture of yourself, it can be also the form of sexual harassment, so right? So be careful. The men like it very much to see the picture of the woman, yeah, who is beautiful, or who has good body, so that the men like it very much. But what about the woman? The woman, do you like it to be seen by the people? No, I'm very sure no. So that, yeah, it's not unwelcome. It's also a kind of sexual harassment. So there are many forms. So that, okay. I can leave it. The next group, please. Group 6. Short narration, please. Okay, who is the speaker of group 6? You can with or without presentation. Oh, never mind, you can speak. And group 6 is not in? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please.
Nico Mang Amanda will presentation.
Okay. With PowerPoint.
Yes, sir, with
Oh.
PowerPoint.
Oh, with PowerPoint, yeah. Okay.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I would like to say thank you for coming to my group 6 presentation. It's great to see you all. Let me introduce my group. First, Agi Mayara Selvia. Second, Elisa Febrianti. And me, Nikoma Amanda Kartika Putri. Okay, in the presentation, we will discuss about Code of Conduct on Sexual Harassment in the Workplace. First, preliminary. Sexual harassment in the workplace is a form of sex discrimination which negatively affects the working environment, undermines gender equality at work, creates unfair practice in the employment, and adversely impact the dignity and well-being of workers. It creates psychological anxiety and stress for victims, and if ignored, can result in high costs for companies through loss of productivity, the worker morale, absenteeism, and staff turnover. To lay the legal groundwork for safe and healthy work environment, the 2012 Labor Code stipulates that sexual harassment is prohibited in the workplace, and also includes some relevant regulation which, for example, give employers who are victims of sexual harassment the right to unilaterally terminate their labor contract. In spite of this, the current legal framework remains to general, like the definition and specific indicator to determine what type of behavior constitute sexual harassment. In practice, it is therefore difficult to prevent and address sexual harassment and cope with violation. In order to implement the laws and combat against sexual harassment, the Industrial Relations Committee, which is chaired by the Ministry of Labor, Employment and Social Affairs, and include the Vietnam General Confederation of Labor and the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, have jointly developed this code of
conduct and sexual harassment in the workplace, hereafter referred to as the Code. This code aims to help employers and workers to develop their own policy or regulation. There are exciting policies for preventing and addressing sexual harassment and to promote healthy, safe, and productive workplace. In developing the code, the Industrial Relations Committee received valuable support of the International Labour Organization and comment from relevant magnitudes and authorities. We would like to express sincere thanks to all organizations and individuals who helped with this code. The code provides practical guidance to employers, organizations, workers, and trade unions on the implementation of regulation to effectively prevent and address sexual harassment in the workplace in accordance with the labor code. It also recommends the development, implementation, and monitoring of a workplace policy and sexual harassment to promote safe and healthy workplace, where all workers, irrespective of sex or status, are treated with fairness, dignity, and respect. The code applies to all companies, including enterprises and factories, in both the public and private sectors, regardless of size. Small companies might need to adapt some of the practical content individually in the code to fit their operational structure, but adoption should always be consistent with the general principle of the code. The term workplace in the code refers not only to the specific location where work is being performed, such as an office or factory, but also to location where work-related business might be conducted. This work include but are not limited to cross-work related social activities such as reception organized by the enterprise for staff client, second conference and training session, third official business travel, four business meals, five work-related telephone conversation, six work-related communication through electronic media. Well, the next slide is continued by Elisa.
The background of the article is explaining the sexual harassment is and what is not, and the form of sexual harassment itself is defined as any behavior of a sexual nature that affects which consider as unaware, unskeptical, inapproach, and to receive, and consider as unweight. Any interaction of a sexual nature which is consensual, except for those provided by the law, such as sexual interest with children, welcome, or reciprocal, is not considered sexual harassment. Next slide, please. excellence. The advantage of this article is that it's able to explain what the definition of sexual harassment is, what form of sexual harassment experienced by employee, and how to make a report if you are a victim of sexual harassment in the workplace. All information is present in detail. The drawback of this article is the lack of real case example that explain what happened to employee who experienced sexual harassment at workplace. Here only explain how we solve this problem. Maybe it will be more complete if accompanied by including one real case about victim sexual harassment at workplace. Next slide, please. Summary. Sexual harassment is defined as any behavior of a sexual nature that affects the dignity of women and men, which is considered as unwanted, unexpectable, inexpress an offense to the receiver, and that creates an intimidating, falsely acceptable, and or offensive word environment. It is also important in the company that our manager and survivor must demonstrate a strong commitment to sexuality harassment policy by modeling approach behavior at all times, a rightful so regularly seen by employee through performance review. Additionally, when applying by employer through performance review, when applying manager and survivor, employee must ensure that the proposed candidate has to demonstrate understanding and ability to handle sexual harassment, or must provide approach training to them before immediately keep up with appointment. Next slide, please.
So, anybody would like to ask? You can freely ask a question about this presentation. Only 2%.
Okay, may I ask?
Okay, Irfani, you can ask.
So my name is my name is Irfani. So I would like to ask about can you hear about hostile environments in sexual harassment, and what is in your opinion about that? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Irfani, for your question. Next, who wants to ask?
Adi, I want to ask.
Okay, Arsha.
The question is, why do people sexually harass others? Can you hear me?
Okay, give me the time for answer this question. Thank you.
Okay, I want to answer the question of Irvani. What is hostile environment sexual harassment? Answer: unwelcome sexual advance, request for sexual favor, and other verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature constitute hostile environment sexual harassment when such conduct has the purpose or effect of unreasonably and interfering with an individual work performance or creating an intimidating, hostile, or offensive working environment. It's clear, Irfani?
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Arfa. Are you hear me? I would like to answer your question. Why do people sexually harass others? The answer is most people who harass others do so in a confusion or uncon unconscious way to express dominance or power. It may be used as a method for organizational or social control over someone else. Sometimes people sexual harassment others in attempt to keep them in their place. Others harass in the front of their peers in an attempt to seek a peer approval. It is clear. It is clear.
Yeah, thank you, Agni.
Okay, thank you, Elsa, for your question.
Next question section.
So this is a question from us for the audience. Before answer, I hope the audience will mention the name first. Thank you.
Halo Silpi. Halo Agi.
Hello, Tasha.
Can I try to answer number 1?
Yes, of course.
Okay. My name is Tasya Rabiatul Alpia. I can answer number 1. So what is different between sexual harassment and discrimination? Between sexual harassment is a form of sex-based discrimination at the workplace. It is a violation of fundamental right of workers and is considered a problem of safety and health, a problem of discrimination, and an unacceptable working condition. Thank you, Agi.
Okay, thank you, Tasya, for your answer. And next, who want to try answer the number 2 question?
May I answer the number 2 question?
Okay, Nurmalia.
Okay, before I answer the question, I want to say sorry that I can open my camera because in here is I have a bad internet connection, so I think if I open the camera, it will be more bad. So my name is Nurmalia Sari. My answer of this question is yes, of course, yes. All employers, whether in a small or large workplace, should establish a policy to deal with sexual harassment. The code of practice is designed for all types for employers, including enterprise in the public and private sectors, including ministry, central and local government departments, state enterprise, non-government organizations, not-for-profit organizations, voluntary bodies, unions, employers organizations, academic institutions, public and private employment agency and training institution. I think that's all my answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nurmalia, for your answer. And the last question, who want to try answer? Hello, Gi. Hello, Sylvia. So I would like to answer the question number 2. May I? This is number 3. Oh, number 3. All right. Sorry. Okay. Okay. My name is Sylvia Dwi Arindi. I would like to answer the question number 3. What if an employer doesn't respond to a victim's complaints? So in my opinion, it is an employer's responsibility to respond to the complaints of the sexual harassment and also protect the victims for further harassment, especially for the HR division, which responsible for the employee behavior, and it can be considered as the company internal problem. So then the HR division should process this problem. But if employer or HR division doesn't promptly investigate the claim, maybe the victim may request mediations or pursuing this problem through legal actions to the court. I think that's all my opinion. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Sylvia, for your answer. And from the video we watch, sexual harassment is very dangerous and can mess up an employees mentally. And as a smart employee, we have to quickly report if a sexual harassment happened to us. And I think our presentation from group 6 is enough. Thanks for your attention. Good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Okay, so this group stress on the advantage of this article and the dependency of this article, so right? It's good, yeah. So even though the topic is same, but there's a different how to present, how to talk, how to discuss the right. So this group start from the advantage and deficiency of these articles, yeah, and how to review, yeah. Yeah, so this article doesn't show the example, the real example of the the sexual harassment status, and then the way how to solve the problem if the sexual harassment happens, right? Yeah, and how to do the reports. Yeah, but in the next sessions, so the frequently asked question is about what is sexual harassment and what is the hostile environment. So it will be talked by the group 7, right? And 8, yeah, frequently asked question. Okay, group 7, who is the speaker of group 7? Yeah, you can
Me, sir.
do it without presentation, or you can speak directly. Okay, please.
Okay, first and foremost, I would like to say sorry because we don't have any presentation with us. I hope our voices will enough
Yeah,
to accompany all of you.
okay, pemain.
Okay, we will deliver the discussion topic about Article 2 from International Labour Organization of it's a from United Nations agency whose mandate is to advance social and economic justice through international labor standard. It's about a frequently asked question regarding sexual harassment at the workplace. Now we will read brief summary of it. My friend Andrian will start.
Okay, from the first, what is sexual harassment? Sexual harassment is unwelcome conduct of a sexual nature which make a person feel offended, humiliated, and or intimidated. And what is quid pro quo? Sexual harassment. Quid pro quo sexual harassment includes unwelcome sexual advance, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature. And what is hostile environment sexual harassment? Hostile environment sexual harassment is unwelcome sexual advance, request for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature constitute hostile environment sexual harassment. And then, what the factor determine whether an environment is hostile, whether the conduct was verbal or physical or both. The factor is how frequently it was repeated, whether the conduct was hostile or patently offensive, and whether others joined in preparing the harassment, and whether the harassment was directed at more than one individual. The 5. What is unwelcome sexual conduct? The behavior must be unwelcome in the sense that person receiving the conduct did not solicit it, and it sense that person regard the conduct as undesirable. And then, how do you determine if conduct is unwelcome? From the behavior of the suspect to the victim, whether the behavior offends hurt and is also disliked of the separate of by the victim, and also from the behavior of the victim whether he feel like or is offended by the behavior. And who can be a victim sexual harassment? Anyone can be a victim sexual harassment, be it a man or woman, and be young or old. And then, who can be a sexual harasser? Anyone can be a sexual harasser, man or woman, it's mean same. And why do people sexually harass others? Sometimes people sexually harass others in an attempt to keep them in their place. Other harass is in front of their peers in an attempt to seek peer approval. And next we'll presented by Wayu Andika.
Okay, thank you, Andrian. I will continue with the number 10. Can a sexual harassment claim be made by an employee even if that employee consent to the sexual activity? Yes, the individual might have consent the sexual activity due to perceived or actual pressure from the harasser. 11. Does the act constituting sexual harassment have to occur at work? No, sexual harassment can occur in almost every employment situation and relationship related to the work. 12. What is the difference between sexual harassment and criminal act of sexual nature? Although sexual harassment is not criminal offense under Indonesian law, some type of sexual harassment might also be offense under criminal law. 13. What is the difference between sexual harassment and discrimination? Sexual harassment is a form of sex-based discrimination at workplace. 14. Should employee be allowed to date coworker? Yes, employees should be permitted to date coworker. Behavior based on mutual consent is not considered sexual harassment. 15. If I am a victim of sexual harassment, what should I do? If you feel comfortable approaching the harasser, tell the harasser that you find its behavior are unwelcome. If you are being sexually harassed at work, you should inform either a supervisor, manager, or designated sexual harassment officer. Your employer might have different internal procedure established to deal with sexual harassment complaint to enable in-house resolution. 16. If my supervisor is harassing me, what can I do? What you should do is inform another manager, a trade union representative, LKSB party representative who you trust, or designated person who deal with sexual harassment complaint in your workplace. 17. What can I do if I witness sexual harassment in workplace? If you witness of sexual harassment at the workplace, you should tell your employer or a supervisor. It might be appropriate to also tell the harasser that behavior is not acceptable in the workplace environment. 18. Is it sexual harassment if someone I used to date won't leave me alone at work? It may be. You should make clear to the person you used to date that you didn't have interest in a relationship. If the person persists in seeking to continue the relationship or in making sexual advance or comment or gesture to you, this might be considered sexual harassment. So the next will be explained by Mando.
Yes. Sorry, Zira, I cannot open camera because my camera has a problem.
Okay, please do.
19, do all employer have to have a sexual harassment policy? Yes, the code of practice is designed for all types of employer, including enterprise in the public and private sector, including ministries, central and local government departments, state enterprise, non-government organization, not for-profit organization, volunteer bodies, unions, lawyer organization, academic institution, public and private employment agents, and training institution. 20. Why such employer have a sexual harassment policy? Sexual harassment policy at a workplace create and healthy working environment. It is important to make it very clear to all workers and those who interest with the workplace that sexual harassment is unacceptable behavior. 21. What if my employer does not have a sexual harassment policy? Every trade union thoughts include preparation for a sexual harassment policy in collective bargaining agreements. If your employer does not have a sexual harassment policy, you should contact your enterprise trade unions, LKS, parties representative or supervision to suggest formulation policy. 22. How can employer communicate a sexual harassment policy? There are many ways to get care to understand sexual harassment policy. This method includes conducts an official launch of a sexual harassment policy at a full staff meeting and conducts regular updates. Senior management should enforce that policy and emphasize that all staff are encouraged to comply with its email copies of the policy to employees. Provide the policy to new staff as a standard part of induction request of employees by times contractor and subcontracts worker to site and the police that acknowledge they have understood it. Display the police on notice boards and include it in induction manuals. 23. How can an employer prevent sexual harassment in the workplace? Employers should take the following steps to prevent sexual harassment. Get high-level management support for implementing a strategy to address sexual harassment. Read and implement a sexual harassment policy. Ensure this is accessible to all staff members and it discussed and reinforced at staff meeting. Review the policy to ensure it is up to date. Provide regular training and information on sexual harassment to all staff and management. Display an sexual harassment poster on notice boards in common works area and distribute relevant information. Managers should model professional conduct at all times, create a positive workplace environment by removing and prohibits offensive, explicit or pornography. Workplace audit should also be periodic conducts to monitor the working environment and incidents of sexual harassment. 24. What if an employer does not respond to victims' complaint? Employers have a responsibility to respond to complaints of sexual harassment and protect victims from further harassment. If an employer does not properly investigation and claim, the victim may request mediation with the local snaker of fees and versus legal action. 25. What is a appropriate remedy for a victim of sexual harassment? Remedy for a victim of sexual harassment depends on the victim's claim and effects of conduct on that particular individual. If the victim can establish a valid case for sexual harassment, an employer should automatically grant all reasonable claim. 26. What do most people want as a result of making a complaint about sexual harassment? Study have show that most people merely want the harassments to stop. 27. Should employer make staff uniforms compulsory to prevent sexual harassment from occurring? No preventive measure should not take the form of protective measure. Next, Andrian.
Okay, we'll take from that. The next, I would like to talk about the video about the sexual harassment that Mr. Adi given. So about the video is already giving an good educational example of how sexual harassment can occur around us. Even though it's quite hypothetical, but it proposed as educational video. Okay, that's the review video from me. And next, I would like to into the session of would someone like to ask our group about the material of discussion?
Hello, Wahyu. May I ask a question?
Hello, Wila. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to ask. So, if there is someone who is a victim of sexual harassment want to file a legal complaint, do they have to consult to their attorney first, or can they file the legal complaint directly?
Okay, thank you, Wila. We will back to it later. Okay, another question.
Good morning, Wahyu. I want to ask,
Okay,
can
go
you
ahead,
give
Julia.
me an example that about sexual harassment that you know?
Oh, okay, thank you, Julia. Anyone more? I think there is no one more. We are about to save time, so I would like to answer Lila question. If you have been harassed by supervisor, you should consult with an attorney to determine whether you have been subject to a tangible employment action. If you have been, then you would be entitled to pursue a lawsuit to recover from the harm you have suffered, including lost wages and physiological harm. So it's about the determine whether it's tangible. So it's like evidence. So are you satisfied, Wila?
Okay, thank you, Wahyu.
Okay, thank you, Wila.
Okay, I will answer the Julia question. The example of sexual harassment is unwelcome touching or hugging or kissing and staring or rearing and suggestive comment or jokes. It's enough, Julia?
Yes, thank you, Andrea.
Okay, I think the next we will give the question to audience. So Mandau, you can start. So
You can
actually,
read in the chat. In the chat.
yes, the question we are given is already in the chat. So if you would like to answer, please raise your hand and give your name.
Hello, Wayu. I want to answer the first question.
Okay, Ini, go ahead.
Okay, the answer is a bipartite cooperation institution is a forum communication and consultation on matters relation to relationship industrial in a company whose member consists of entrepreneur and unions worker or labor unions to have been registered at the responsibility agency at manpower sector of worker or labor element.
Okay, thank you, Ini. So it's actually between two party. It's right. It's about the employee and work, employee and business.
So thank you, Ini, for the answer.
Hello, Wahyu. May I try to answer the question number 2?
Yes, go ahead.
So, in my opinion, the appropriate punishment for sexual harassment is in accordance with what has been impact on the victim, and the victim lawsuit is legal. That's all.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Tatang, for the answer.
Okay, you're welcome.
Hello, can I answer the question number 3?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the victim can be anyone. The victim doesn't have to be an opposite sex, also a person directly harassed, and the harasser can be anyone also, such as co-worker, supervisor, or a non-employee. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Catherine. So I think it's end of our presentation. I hope our presentation is brief and concrete enough. Thank you.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I ask the audience here. So when you are the human manager, and you see the sexual harassment happen in your company, what will you do? Anyone wants to give opinion? If you are the manager and then you see sexual harassment happen in your company, what will you do? No opinion? Hello? It's a general questions. Yeah, so you can answer this question as far as you can. So what will you do to see if you are the manager, if you see the sexual harassment happen in your company? No comment? Answer? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Sir, may I
Yes.
try to answer?
Yes.
Maybe we can give a punishment. I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please. Please.
Maybe we can give a punishment like we can score or we can employ the employees for days or a week. Maybe in the worst case, we can fire or we can give the case into the court.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay. The other? Good. The other? No, no opinion. Only one student give opinion. Sometimes so you must have you must set up the rule first, yeah. The guideline how to work in the company, yeah. The code of conduct must be established, yeah. And then you can communicate the code of conduct in the company, how to wear clothes, how to speak, yeah, etc. in the company. And you must also socialize, yeah, to your workers, yeah. And you must also tell them when they have sexual harassment in the workplace, what kind of penalties must be given to them. So they can understand this, right? Okay. Any other opinion about this? So to be the manager in a company is not easy, right? It's how to meet people. So you must prevent the sexual harassment in the workplace. Yeah. Why? Because it can influence the performance, right? The people's performance in the company. Now, no comment. Okay, so the last group is group 8. Please, who will the speaker?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Group 8 is my group.
Yeah, and then
I'm so sorry, sir. My friend, my group mate is not joining the meeting, sir.
Oh, okay.
There's only me.
Okay, I think you can get it to next week, yeah. Next week to the next article, yeah, because the C group has talked about this article, so rest. So who are the members of your group?
Sorry, sir.
Who are the members? Who are the members?
Cekarania and Salsabila Deva and me, Jennifer Angela Pangestu.
Okay, so you must tell your friend that they mustn't, yeah, they mustn't miss the class, because if they always miss the class, so it will improve the grades, yeah, of HRM. So that's, yeah, so tell your friends to enter the Zoom class every meeting, so that this is very important, yeah. And yeah,
Okay, sir.
okay, good job.
So we will have the presentation next week.
Yeah, next week also. Yeah, next week. Okay, next week. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Okay, welcome. Okay, so I think you have what the group topic about sexual harassment. So sexual harassment is very dangerous. So it is also one for the men and women, boy and girls, right? Not only in the workplace, but only in your daily lives, right? Especially the young woman and the young men, yeah, who like to do together, yes, that, yeah, when you drive a car with your girlfriend or boyfriend, with your ride a motorcycle with your girlfriend, so you must be able to prevent the sexual harassment, yeah, happening, so right? Yeah, we are not aware that what we have done is sexual harassment, like taping someone, yeah, it's also sexual harassment. Yeah, if someone is not doesn't welcome your date to accept your conduct, it's a kind of sexual harassment, especially for the for the women, right? Sometimes like that. Sometimes when you are together with your friend in a place, and you come and you hug your girlfriend in the family, it's also a kind of sexual harassment. And if you always put your girlfriend's picture in your wallet, right? And then you look at her pictures every day, yeah, it's also a kind of sexual harassment. Why? Because I think your girlfriend doesn't like her picture scenes, yeah, and put in your wallet, so that it's also a kind of sexual harassment. So must be careful, yeah. Be careful in your life, in our lives. Yeah, we must be careful in our life. It's very dangerous. Yeah, I'm very sure the woman, the girl, does want this happened. Yeah. So yeah, so the Islamic religion has taught us how to communicate between boy and girls, men and women, right? Husband and wives, right? Yeah. The way you look at someone is also can be also a form of sexual harassment. The way you look at someone, so that, yeah, the way you look at, and you like to glitter your eyes at someone, to winkle your eyes at someone, so that, yeah, 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 and you are in the office, and a woman come into the office, and she wears the clothes, very tight clothes, and then you look at the woman, yeah, with good fashion, so it's also kind of sexual harassment. The woman doesn't like to be seen like that, so right? It can be also the sexual harassment. Okay, before before we end this course, I want you to give the closing comment, and you must tell what you have got from this topic today, and what benefits for you, and how do you implement this in your future. Okay, please, from Putri, from Adelia Putri Ariko, please. Okay, Putri, Adelia Putri Ariko, are you in? No. Aji Pakistu, please. Aji, please.
Okay, sir. So what I get from today's presentation is I can learn about the types of sexual harassment, which is physical, verbal, and nonverbal. I learned too about the if sexual harassment happen, what will we do as a manager, and how to overcome or to avoid the sexual harassment. I think that's all, sir. Thank you.
Agi Bayara.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
What I get reason today is how to protect ourselves, especially women, when sexual harassment happen in workplace in the future, so we can more safety.
Okay. Andian Yondo.
Oh, sorry for the camera, sir. My camera have the problem.
Never mind.
Okay. Today I learned many new things about sexual harassment. What is sexual harassment and how it determined, and how to the approach night and the other. And today I have done see the presenter and I learned more about sexual harassment too, and how to we know it sexual harassment or it not a sexual harassment, and we know who is the sexual harasser and the victim of sexual harassment. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Willa Shola Gracia.
So for the closing comment, from today's lecture, I learned a lot about the important to study about the sexual harassment, code of conduct, and also the code of conduct on sexual harassment in the workplace. I hope that by learning this material, it can increase my awareness and my understanding concerning sexual harassment, so that in the future, I can use my insight to design the future sexual harassment preventive measures. Thank you.
Okay. Arsha Wayuni.
So from today's material, I got a lot of lessons about sexual harassment. There's the type of sexual harassment also. Those are physical, verbal, and non-verbal. And this material very useful for me as a woman, and of course for men too, because sexual harassment can happen to anyone, whether it's a woman, man, adult, or even child.
Okay, good. Arya, Aditya. Carlos. Catherine Giovanni.
From today's discussion, yes, interesting and important to study and know. I get to know more about sexual harassment, the form of sexual harassment such as physical, verbal, and non-verbal, so it can be prevented and handled properly in the future. Thank you.
Okay, Cristobal.
Hello, sir. So here I learned about sexual harassment at the workplace, and so I think it's can to have workplace man or woman, sir.
Okay, Desi Eka Sanjaya.
Okay, sir. So from today's material and presentation presented by my friend, I learned many things about sexual harassment. I realized that sexual harassment not only happened on the external environment, like in the street, from catcalling and some sort of things, but it can also happen in the workplace where we and our friends are working together. And I believe that if we were not satisfied with the sexual harassment happening, we have to speak up, no matter if you are a female or male. We have to speak up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Dewi Wirani? Dewi Wirani? Okay. Delpiana?
Okay, from this material, we can learn how to identify, report, and resolve matters related to sexual harassment in the workplace. And also, we must be careful and protect ourselves from sexual harassment in the future.
Okay, good. Elisa Febrianti? Okay. Fadi Deswita? Okay. Franciscus Keverius? Yeah, please. Franciscus.
Today I learned a lot about sexual harassment and how to deal with it. Thank you, Shir.
Okay. Fadi?
Okay, at first I'm sorry because I cannot open my camera because it's having a trouble. So today, for today, I'll learn about how the importance of the sexual harassment study, because it is to prevent our self and also our friends or our employees in becoming a sexual harasser. And I think it is important to us to really understand about that. Thank you.
Okay. Jennifer? Hello, Jennifer. Jennifer? Julia Goyofi?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
So, from this meeting, I learned so much about the sexual harassment, and I have got the solution if I be a manager, so I can give the solution to my team that so my team have not sexual harassment in my workplace.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Muhammad Arazi?
Hello, sir.
Please.
Today I learned about how to support with that we don't know there are crimes such as sex.
That's all? Okay. Nikomang? Nikomang Amanda? Dita Dwi Sapitri?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please.
So after meeting discussed, they got useful knowledge, of course, because we all know sexual harassment is very influential in life, both in the environment at work and whether in verbal and non-verbal. So I hope that after studying the material, we can all be more careful to take care of ourselves and protect ourselves.
Okay. Welcome. Nurmalia Sari? Nur Prastista Andatitya?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
So what I got from presentation today, the presentation made me more understand about sexual harassment, of course, like the type, punishment, and many more. That's all, sir. Thank you.
Octavia? Octavia?
Hello, sir. So from today, I learned about the definition of sexual harassment, the type, and the impact from sexual harassment, and how to prevent and handle it. The important thing is, so we must have a coverage, so in the future we can overcome it. Thank you.
Okay. Putri Herbadia?
Okay, and today materials is sexual harassment. So the sexual harassment is important to learn because we can increase the awareness and also prevent ourselves from sexual harassment cases, and also don't be afraid to telling what you happen in some places. Let's say if you got the distraction from
strangers, just telling your close related person. Thank you.
Okay. Refilia Teresa.
Okay, so from today's presentation and discussion, I learned a lot about sexual harassment. I found out that sexual harassment can happen both to men and women, and it is important to know the effect of the sexual harassment and also know how to prevent it. So I hope that after this lesson, we all know that how to prevent sexual harassment and what we should do when sexual harassment happen to us or people around us. Thank you.
Okay, Yudi Penawati.
Okay, so today from discussion and the presentation of my friend, I get a lot of information related to sexual harassment and such as verbal and non-verbal sexual harassment, and this can also happen to men and women. And I hope that when I enter the world of work, I already have a basic information about sexual harassment. Thank you.
Ria Sandora.
Okay, so from today's discussion, I learned a lot and deeper about sexual harassment, and I think today's material is a very useful one in order to prevent and resolve when a sexual harassment case happen in our daily life or in workplace. Thank you.
Okay, Wahyu Andika.
Okay, what I learned today is actually sexual harassment is a real thing, really close that will happen sooner or later. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Salsabila Deva. Okay. Linda. Okay. Sabrina Felia.
Okay, so from today's discussion, I got a lot of new insight about sexual harassment, and thank you for the presenters today that review their thought about sexual harassment. Thank you.
Okay. Vanessa Yen.
From today's lecture and discussion, I learned that sexual harassment is very dangerous for both women and men. So in the future, I will be more careful, and if I see sexual harassment in somewhere, including in workplace, I will report it to the person so that he will get the penalty. Thank you.
Karen.
Okay, so from today material, I learned a lot from sexual harassment about how to protect myself from sexual harassment and know the type of sexual harassment that usually occurs in the workplace. Thank you.
Okay, Tiffany.
Okay, from by today's material, I can learn about what is sexual harassment, the example of it, and what can we do to prevent this such thing to not happen in the future. Thank you.
Okay, Sylvia Dibaridi.
Okay, I think today's discussion is very useful to increase our awareness regarding the sexual harassment, especially for women in any place. And today's discussions also help increase our knowledge about what are the activities that including sexual harassment, which are sometimes not realized by the others. Then we can take precautions to prevent this problem and also find out the solutions if we face this problem. Thank you.
Tasha Rabiatul Alvia.
Yes, sir. So I get many about sexual harassment and I get insight about sexual harassment. And then company must to be do to protect the employer and we must to be careful. Thank you, sir.
Sarut Nabil. Okay, Steffi Laurencia.
This morning, I understand how important to study sexual harassment in the workplace. Sexual harassment harms us all, men and women, young men and old men. I hope by this discussion, we can prevent this harassment happen and fight it together. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. So I think it's time for me to say goodbye. See you later next week. So we will have 2 meetings before the Idul Fitri, right? So maybe on the 12th of May we will have holidays, and then we will have Idul Fitri, yeah, for Muslim. Thank you very much for your attention and your coming, and see you later next week. Safe.
Thank you,
Visit.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you,
See
sir.
you.
Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Welcome.
sir.
Welcome. I will leave this room.